Hi, everyone. Well, it is July 19, 2021. China is buying up American farms. Washington wants to crack down. Isn't it interesting how we get, oh my God, Washington wants to crack down. Our congressmen and women are working so hard to protect us. They're not. They haven't been. We have just a foreign takeover of businesses, of utilities, of American farms, and it's been going on for such a long time. National security issue right here? Absolutely. Would the CCP allow foreign investors to come into their country and buy it up? No. Why have we? Well, it is planned destruction that has been going on for a long time. Bipartisan pressure. Oh, finally, they unite to work on stopping China from buying up all of our farms. It is unbelievable. It's a national security issue. Monsanto and their GMO crops, I guess, were not a national security issue. Our food has been taken over and taken over by foreign investors, taken over by China, taken over by Monsanto, taken over by all of the insecticides and herbicides that are so poisonous, by Bill Gates, and a whole lot of American farmers are suffering because of it. So, PG&E. Their equipment may be linked to Dixie Fire. They were blamed for the Paradise, the campfire. Now, yeah, some PG&E employee was working on a line, and boom, it just blew. So done with all of it. I spent some time going through the big channels on YouTube just to see if anybody else was posting on the flooding, on the fires. I found not one. Not one. Not one. Which really boggles my mind. Most people are just posting on politics. But we have so many Americans hurting, and I don't see anybody posting on it. And well, I will post as long as I can. That's, And I also went through a lot of my subscriptions and saw that it's a majority of people who are just not posting anymore. Not on YouTube. That is where you get the most traffic. But with the very dry fuels, any thunderstorm has the potential to ignite new fire starts. And the big fires, like the fire in Oregon, which right now, I can't believe that the name escapes me, but let's see. I'm sure the name will come up. Yeah, those fires are starting their own weather system. New evacuation orders issued in a rural communities near the Feather River Canyon. Growing wildfire south of Lake Tahoe jumped a highway, prompting more evacuation orders, the closure of the Pacific Crest Trail, cancellation of an extreme bike ride, the Tamarack Fire, sparked by lightning, July 4th, and so far has grown to 28.5 square miles. The blaze threatening Markleeville or Markyville, a small town close to the California-Nevada state line, destroyed 2 structures. It happened so fast. We left our tents, hammock, and some foods, and we got most of our things, shoved our 2 kids in the car. Fire in the mountains of northeast Oregon. Another one, Elbow Creek Fire, started Thursday, prompted evacuations in several small remote communities around the Grande Ronde River. Is that how you pronounce it? That's grown to about 30 miles, 30 miles southeast of Walla Walla, Washington. It's 10% contained. I will link below to everything, but having come across a lot of upsetting news, I think it was I'm really sorry, my brain is really not working quite right. Now I can't remember the big fire in California. Man, the name, but 7 houses burned. Maybe I'll come across it in the information that I have open, but listen to this.
Because my house burned down. What can I do? Because it went by before and then it come back and exploded and just burnt my house clear to the ground. Nothing left. I'm 79. What chance do I have to build another house? You know, to have another home. No chance at all. I'm totally lost. I have no idea in this world what I'm going to do now. Because I'm not a rich person. I can't just buy another house, boom, like that. I had insurance. I haven't heard from them yet. I called them, but I haven't heard nothing. I think it takes a...
Okay, this is another resident in Doyle. The homes are gone. Small community. And she says there's a lot of elderly in this community. What are they going to do? You know that you really need your mental faculties, your cognitive faculties to work through the insurance nightmare. If you don't have them, you will be screwed. But even if you have them, you'll be screwed. We've seen this time and time again. What is this woman supposed to do? 79. Everything's gone. And then, you know, and I know I'm going to get slammed for this, but then I come across this video.
They're all red, David.
I thought they were service trucks and it's ours.
No. Look at all the trees we got left.
Wow! Yay!
Thank you, Lord Jesus.
Thank you,
Oh,
God.
my goodness.
Thank you, Jesus.
Oh. That's our natural fire break, David. Oh, my goodness. We didn't
We
lose
got
hardly any
trees.
trees. Huh. I'll come back down later and get the keys. Thank you, Lord.
Tires are all right.
Yeah. Tires, everything, David.
It didn't even touch.
It
It didn't even burn.
what?
It
Yeah.
stopped right there.
Put your head back a little bit.
It stopped right
it
by
stopped
the
right
truck.
there.
Oh my gosh, was God's hand on us.
Oh. Oh.
The campers are all right. The truck's okay, David. Oh, blue.
Your
Your trailer's gone.
trailer's gone.
Ours is up.
All of our DVDs are in that one.
And ours, woo!
I was, hoping for the best and expecting the worst.
Yeah.
So I'm just going, yeah. If it's the worst, we didn't know what to do.
Yeah. Like we said, nowhere to go.
Nowhere to go.
You know, it broke my heart to see all my things gone, but just look at the house, it's like, oh.
The hardest thing after fleeing was sitting here not knowing.
Yeah,
And now that the knowing is there, my head's clearing up. So.
yeah. His sister, 2 days before we left, she prayed to the Lord about putting a protective bubble around our home. Well, that prayer came true. When we pulled up, it looked like it was a circle, a full circle around the whole house and solar. It was like God's hand was protected it, safe, our home.
Okay, I've said this before, and I get slammed for it. Fine, go ahead. I don't care anymore. You know, there's a Christian social engineering that goes on. You cannot say anything without getting attacked. But why? Why? Because the sister prayed, put up a bubble of protection for this couple, and nobody else prayed, I guess. This woman, Jesus didn't come down and protect. Is Jesus a egomaniacal narcissist who, as long as you bow down and, and claim that you love him and then he protects you? Is that how it works? No, it's not. This idea that, well, God saved me, Jesus saved me, but he let a whole lot of people get killed, get destroyed. I don't understand this thinking, but it's pervasive. It's pervasive. This woman is lost, seems alone, but because they prayed, God protected them. And, it's this kind of insidious arrogance. Why? Why did God save you? Are you special? Are you? Everybody else who lost their homes aren't? And a whole lot of Christians have lost their homes. And I guess their prayers were not answered. For some reason. Oh, it's a mystery. I guess you're special. There are so many people hurting. Christians, well, you follow Christ, should organize to help all the people who are suffering. Organize, pull together, fundraise for people who are desperate, who need it. When you see something like this, that Christian spirit in you should be, how can I help this woman? What can I do? What can I do to help these communities? How can we organize? You can organize anywhere. It doesn't matter. It's the world of the internet. Start GoFundMe pages for people who are desperate for it. Go ahead, attack me. I honestly don't care. This is what is really upsetting, too.
This scenic ranch in eastern Washington state offers more than mountain views and clear skies. It's become a haven for wildfire victims. Dozens of injured horses, all of them mares and foals, caught up in the Chewaya Creek fire just a couple hours' drive from here. Volunteers have turned up to lend a helping hand. Emily Ness brought along her 11-year-old daughter.
Some mares are worse than others. There's a lot of edema and swelling on their lower bellies, a lot of burns to their face, their nose, some damage to their eyes. Of course, all their coats are very rough and melted.
The horses are getting a cocktail of treatments, including antibiotics, burn creams, and cold water baths. A volunteer said that a local vet will be visiting to oversee their care. Despite their wounds, these horses are among the lucky survivors. Local media reported that some of the most badly burned had to be euthanized. The Chuea Creek fire was sparked by lightning a week ago and is still tearing across tribal lands. It's one of dozens of major wildfires burning across the U.S. West, fueled in part by drought conditions and a recent heat wave, all symptoms, scientists say, of climate change.
You know, what upsets me about the big channels not posting on this, not trying to help these people, is that they could, you know, and those big channels, they could actually draw in a lot of funds to help out people. And I don't see that happening. And I am completely alone. I don't know how to do it alone. I don't know how to do it without support. I don't know how. You know, I've said, please donate to my PayPal over and over again when we've had these floodings, and I've seen subscribers actually have to suffer the consequences, and please donate so that I could, you know, I'll put out the monies for them. You know, there's so many things that end up, you know, preventing me from doing it on any kind of, you know, scale, because I am alone. I need help. I need help myself. The aloneness has really kind of driven me into a place of just not being able to function. You know, yeah, I post, but it's because this is the only thing that I have. The only thing I have left. And when you are just completely alone all the time, you're dealing with all of this, you don't have any outlet, you know, where you can, you know, feel better or whatever, and you get so depleted. There's nothing inspiring, there's nothing, you know, in your life that, you know, brings you some energy. You're constantly having to work off your own, you know, depleted fuels. I'm not saying this for you guys to say, oh, poor Carol. I'm saying this because I wish there was a way that I could do it. But why aren't other people doing it? What is going on here? There are so many people who need help. So many rescues that, you know, need help. And we don't seem to, and I'm not saying that, you know, people in these communities are not helping out. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that the kind of help that they need a lot of people helping out. Certainly, they need a lot of financial help. People are going homeless. People have gone homeless because of our pandemic. I see more and more the lockdowns in Australia, people going down. You know, I just watched this video of a guy that owns a restaurant locked down in Sydney. He's closing his doors. All those employees hurt. So we have massive amounts of suffering, massive amounts of people in need, and we can't seem to get it together at all. BC fires.
Scenes like this are raising anxiety levels in BC.
We're starting to get a wind again, and it's blowing in the direction of our community. We're getting ready to block the road if need be.
Mayor Mitch Campsell is keeping an eye on the wildfires surrounding 100 Mile House, prepared to close the highway if they get too close.
It's gradually getting closer as we speak, but with the wind, it'll make it that much worse. We took a trip down to 70 Mile, and the smoke is really heavy down there.
For those living nearby, this is a welcome sight, but there's still a lot of worry and a lot of fear.
It's like living in the twilight zone. I went to town yesterday and you can barely see the lake.
Michelle Aubrey started a Facebook page to keep neighbors up to date on the wildfires.
The last couple days, it felt like we were scrambling. Like, where's the fires? They were happening so quickly.
Mother Nature isn't helping much, with the forecast ranging between hot and dry and lightning storms.
So that's certainly an area that's on our radar.
Campsell worries about the toll this wildfire season is taking on people's mental health.
2017, we had fires. 2018, we had fires. Then we had sawmills shut down in 2019. And then we jumped right into COVID-19. And now we're back into the fires again.
It's a real concern, especially during a pandemic, says this psychologist.
I always say that there's an optimal level of anxiety. So it allows us and motivates us to do the things that we need to do, like prepare a bag or get our important documents and papers ready. But we don't want so much that we're overwhelmed.
Her advice, take one day at a time. Try not to get overloaded with information you don't need. Be prepared to leave. And she says, never forget that British Columbians are resilient. Karen Pauls.
Never forget that they're resilient. Never forget. Everybody's resilient all over the place. You know, you think about Detroit. Well, I just got, to a point where I was beginning to recover from the last flood. Now I'm flooded again. You know what? Resilience begins to break down. How resilient can you be when you're left with no resources? I'm tired of the happy talk. It's, enough. Reality. Truth, reality. That's the only possible way that we could ever be, living in a healthy society no matter where it is. Truth and facing reality. And you want to talk about the smoke. This was the sky last night here in Montana. And I believe that these mountains that you see across a very big lake are in Montana, but you keep going. Oh, I'm so turned around with directions. But further this way, and you get to Canada. I mean, Canada is a mile away from where I'm living. So, yeah, you're going to get a lot of their smoke. And that was an electromagnetic frequency right there again when it goes out of focus and snaps back in to focus. So these are some resources. National Fire News, National Interagency Fire Center. So daily statistics. As of July 19, and Montana has 18 fires, Idaho has 17, California 9, Oregon 8, Washington 7, Alaska 6, Arizona 6, Wyoming 4, New Mexico 1, Colorado 1, Utah 1, Minnesota 1, Nevada 1. Click on the state, and you can then learn about the fires and where they are and the size, containment, For information, the number, Beckworth Complex, all of them, Dixie. No, now it's 10 miles. 10 miles from Paradise. And here is another site for California, the University of California Cooperative Extension. And click on an icon. This is the Salt Fire. This is the Tamarack Fire. Then you can click on the hyperlinks and they'll bring you to a Twitter page with a lot of information and go through it. And you'll see pretty much up-to-date information. Although the latest broadcast I heard was 30,000 acres, the Tamarack Fire. Yeah. And there's a new one, Lakeshore Fire. Lakeshore. Well, I clicked on the Twitter page, and let's see. Okay. Law enforcement is currently pursuing the individual who started the fire. He's running on foot, and they're on his case. Update, Lakeshore, burning in Hammond County Park. 3 acres, structures threatened. New mandatory evacuations in Upper Lake. All right, I'll link below to these Twitter pages. It's the same one. The Tamarack Fire. Craig Philpott. This is an interesting picture. All right, well, burned the post. This is completely clean. You know, this looks like the plasma fires that in other fire videos I've mentioned. Jeff Snyder 2. Check out his channel. He talks about fires, plasma fires, that are literally coming from the ground. So, for the wow. All right, well, I've just forgotten the name of the fire next to Paradise. But you can go to the Cal Fire, the Butte County Fire Department for updated information. And for those of you who are in the fire areas, you know, on one Twitter page you will see that there's a lot of retweets from other Twitter pages, and you might want to, you know, just the Dixie Fire. Jesus, wow. Okay, so you might want to click on the hyperlinks or click on, you know, Ted Goldberg or Melissa Dougherty, Daniel Swain, who are also posting on the fires to get more information. Seen at the top of our road on Highway 89, Tamarack Fire.
Skip right around you.
hope they succeed. You know, I came across this video of a black bear on a road, smoke on either sides, clearly looking for food. And when you know that this does not have to happen because you know that man can create rain, it's just really hard to deal with. I think it's on Craig Philpott's page, and you can click on the link below if you want to watch it. I can't see it. Here's updates on wildfire season in the western U.S. and Canada. Bootleg fire in Oregon. Oh, destroyed at least 67 homes on Sunday, as of Sunday. 300 fires burning across British Columbia. So, this woman is posting on the Lakeshore fire. And look at these. You know, the meteorologists will never talk about what you can see on radar that you shouldn't see. The extremely low frequencies. You know, this one coming from California into Nevada. You'll never hear them talk about all of the tools that man has to create the storms in the south, the fires in the west, the heat wave, and the last, yesterday and today, you've had clouds that are blocking the smoke and fires. And the smoke in Montana, the fires in Montana, the incredible smoke up here in Canada. I woke up, yesterday morning and this morning at like 6 o'clock. I look out, pure white sky, it was just a dome of smooth cloud, but it wasn't white. It was, it had like a tint of yellow from all of the smoke. So, you can also, click on the link below to this satellite site, and you can come over here and check out how many fires are burning. Though sometimes they don't have the fires burning. Here's the one in Colorado that you can see. I don't know what's going on with the loading on this site, but it's hard. But the smoke is going all over the place. The smoke is like traveling all the way across Canada. And this smoke is really toxic, so, this is what we have. This is it. Look at this. Really? Okay. So the air mass is going up northwest, and this is just screeching by northeast. I'll show you what I captured last night. Well, this was another capture. This was at 1:32 a.m. today. But look at the blasting of the frequencies all over the place. Up here in Montana, can they use these frequencies to make sure that that smoke travels wide? Absolutely. But look at California. I mean, this is so incredibly dangerous. But they use the frequencies also to create rain in the eastern section of the United States and to create drought in the western section. And look at these temperatures for Montana. 69. When I woke up early before 9 a.m. yesterday, It was 61. I didn't capture it, but then it's 69 at 9 a.m. And then it goes to 95 by 4 p.m. That's like the range is, this is also something that is upsetting people's immune system. These ranges in temperatures. Yeah, I'm sitting here with a sweatshirt on. It's 10 to 1. And what was the forecast? A dangerous heat wave again, which is funny because we haven't gotten out of it. But, well, let's look at what the temperature is now. 79. Okay. It's supposed to get to 96. These ranges, all life is affected by all of the ranges. So let's see if this is it. I think it is. All right, so this is yesterday at what time? 6:19 p.m. Again, look at the frequencies down here in California. Then I look at this, and you got the air masses going in all different directions. This is traveling very fast. What kind of flooding did you have in that area, Oklahoma and North Texas? Look at all of the smoke all the way across Canada. You've got fires in Alberta, Saskatchewan, BC. This was that fast moving weather front. What is this? You have the thick bands at the periphery. None of this is real. It's all manufactured. Look at how this smoke is. You can see that it's being directed in a nice, line, defined line, and then a sharp, defined bottom to this. This is Montana. Look at this, the fires starting all over the place. And hardly anybody questioning it. Look at this. It's so defined. Going right up into Canada. Or down. What? Did we have a fire down here? Where was that? Oh. Is this Colorado's fire? I can't even make sense of what I'm seeing anymore. And this was the Dixie Fire. This is up in BC. Really? Are you going to tell me that this is a natural Mother Nature cloud? I really hope you say, no, it looks kind of odd. Well, it is kind of odd. Homes burned in Montana, Washington, Oregon, and California. Look at this thing. You don't have to be a meteorologist. You don't have to study atmospheric science to understand that what you are seeing is so not Mother Nature right here. Right here. And then you have the blips of cloud. So I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. The links are below.